Absolutely brilliant, especially Tom's performance, absolutely amazing, loved it. I want to know whether you're planning to work together again at all, or anything else, as this has gone so well.
Hopefully. I mean, I always, I'm like you, Ange, because he might now tell me he doesn't want to work with me ever again. But I always just want to work with people that I'm friends with, and actors I've worked with, like there's Rupert and Anna who are all sitting there, and I kind of want to work with good actors who you kind of trust and who you're friends with, because then it's also fun, and then you can trust each other. And I kind of over Tom now. I spent a lot of time with him. He's just had a pants on my now.
I think you'd be good. You know, it was a good experience. And the thing is, as well, the reason I enjoyed the process was we did it on such a sort of a small crew and a small little budget that it was a very intimate thing. And when you make a film in that environment, it's pretty cool. You know, you just get to know these people really well, and you're all working for each other. You're working as a team, and on these huge productions, you feel that you're always kind of being looked after. There's always someone there to sort of catch you if you fall. And when you're working on such a small little production, you are the people that catch you. You know, you're the ones that are dealing with everything on a daily basis. You're making sure you make the time. There's no one there to say, come on, we've got to get through, we've got to make sure we get this shot in. You know, you are the guys doing that. So I'd like to do another one with Eoin, you know, and sort of making it like that, because that's what you get from doing films like this. It's cool.
Hi, I just wanted to say thank you for an absolutely incredible film. This question is for Tom. I noticed that your character in the film has quite a complicated relationship with the space he takes up, like his physical size. And you did mention that you get typecast as, you know, big beefy guys who beat people up. I was just wondering whether you could relate to Tom in the film with that sort of feeling.
As in me, myself?
Yes.
I'm fairly loose from the limbs, to be honest. I don't mind, I'm a hugger. I like a good hug. So I had to sort of find things that, there was a big OCD element I found to this Tom, and like the sort of little things that he found that he had to have right. And there were certain bits that you saw, certain bits that were not in the film, but unfortunately my granddad in his later years, when he got quite ill at one point, and he started to get like this kind of OCD thing. And I took a lot from him, like just sort of little things, just watching him and the way he would clean something, the way he would go through a process of doing things. I found it quite interesting that he at one point wouldn't be like that. He wasn't like that at all, and he sort of developed that. And I thought it was, you know, in my head I had this backstory that Tom at one point when he was a kid maybe wasn't like that. It was something that changed him, something that he went through, maybe the thing with his father that then developed this OCD thing. It was something that went through his head that he developed this spatial, you know, awareness thing. He didn't like people coming close to him, and it was all this, you know, he's just claustrophobic all the time in his own body, and he feels heavy because he's clumsy, and he's aware that he's clumsy, but you know, he's not comfortable in his own skin. So I really tried to sort of put that across really. Shooting on Merton, I came in, I had a dream. It was originally called something else, like something... No. Please remember this. Right. I had a dream, and I came in, I said, I had a dream last night, we called the film Cold. And you went, cold. Yeah. Cold. Remember?
And I managed to convince myself that something to do with the starkness of emotions, and I came up with it. You came up with that title, didn't you? I did. I told you a big waffly answer, didn't I? I didn't. You haven't read the interview we did with him. Whoa. It sounded great. It sounded like I knew what I was talking about. Yeah. It was actually, there was no title. The working title was just called Tom and Jack. And I called Tom's character Tom purely because it was just easier to write it in the final draft. I just started calling him Tom. I was like, I couldn't be honest changing the name. And then it just seemed to fit. It was just easier on set calling him Tom because he's called Tom. So but then you came up with the idea for the title, didn't you? Because we were trying to figure out a title, and then you had a dream. Okay.
Yeah, because I remember waking up and going, that could work. Because I was thinking about, you know, the whole thing with the body, and then the whole story with the mother. It's all quite cold, and I just thought it all tied in. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it works for the film? Yes. Emily, you're just going to agree with me anyway. Yeah, sure. Yeah, came from a dream.
Hi again. It's a very silly question, but I just remember that at the first ColdCon you guys were late because you were reshooting some scenes.
Yes, and I was very hungry like I am.
And I was just wondering which scenes they were, if they made it into the movie, and if they were worth it.
Yeah, they did. It was the scene with the mother. It was, yeah, they made it all right. It was the two-shot which the scene sticks on for the majority of the scene when she strangles me and does her thing. So yeah, but there was that main shot that actually was the bulk of the scene. So there you go. It was worth it. It was worth the hunger.
It was really stressful because it was literally the day we finished after we had a rap party and got really drunk and was really hungover, and then went, oh my god, I managed to miss this really important shot. And we just didn't have the two shots of Tom and Helen, which had been the main shot I wanted from that scene, and somehow, because we're doing so much, like we're shooting, I think one day, for example, in the Clare block, we shot all the scenes in the moors, which is all the walking. We've got two scenes where we find the girl, and the burial scene, and the scene where Tom's on the bench. So we shot all that in one day, and all the strip club stuff, all of those scenes were shot in 2 days. And it was just a one-time managed to miss a shot, so that's why we were late for ColdCon2, because we had to get that shot. We had no movie, basically. So, yes, good question.
Thank you.
Yep.
So this is a question from my friend back in the US, but she's extremely jealous that I'm here. And
you are very lucky.
She was wondering, out of all the aspects of the movie that you contributed to, like the writing and the directing and the acting, what was your favorite part and or the easiest part that you...
The easiest part was just directing, because it was just, it's really wonderful. I mean, I'm really lucky that all I ever wanted to do when I was deciding I wanted to act as like 18, 19, I just wanted to be, I went, what? It's like a voice in my head. All I wanted to do is be able to be surrounded by creative people, and I'm really lucky that I managed to get to know all these wonderfully creative people. So when you're directing people like Tom and Helen and Rebecca and everyone, it's just so simple, because you just get to let them do their thing, and it's a pleasure to watch them create something, and it's really unstressful. It's stressful acting, and that's a pain in the ass, but letting someone else do it is wonderful.
Hi, my friend and I met you guys at Part2, and she never got to ask...
Oh, hello.
Hello. And she never got to ask Tom, how do they do your death scene in Tormented?
Wow, I wasn't expecting that one. How did they do my death scene? Who's seen Tormented there? Yeah, like a handful. So this might be boring for you too. Things like that. So I would never do that. And also, I can't dance at all. Just the first time.
I have done soaps and reality TV and all that crap with the small guys, but I definitely wouldn't. No, I hate those shows. I really hate them. I gotta tell you, I hate reality television with a passion. And I really hate it. It's such a pile of wank, isn't it? So, yeah, if I ever do that, it's because I'm really depressed and I hope someone shoots me. Seriously, I can't dance either, and I just... God, it's be all you can be down to Peter Andre and stuff. I already feel it. Thanks, I know I feel a bit depressed thinking about it. Real quick, would you do Strictly Come Dancing? The whole cinema just turned and looked at it. Say that louder? Not yet. Give it a year. Tell me, what will you do it?
Strictly combat only.
We're going to have 5 more minutes for our Q&A. What we're going to do is... What? Has anyone any questions for Tom? What we're going to do is we're going to finish talking in a few minutes, then we're going to... we'll be around for the next hour or two. We'll all just congregate. They're going to have like a coffee table. You can buy coffees and drinks. We'll hang around for the next hour or two, and you can talk to us and talk to Rupert and Tom. Ewok. And use the effect one. And yes, we'll be around for the next hour or so to have a chit chat. Yeah, so we got 5 minutes left. So any more questions? Anything important? Go. Yes, quick.
Yeah, if you ever do any reality shows, I'll find you and I will kill you. Some of the shots in that film were absolutely beautiful. I love the dead fox. There was one that you were shooting through a window that was dirty, looking out onto the landscape, shot with the spiders. Some of them were just
They're my favourite shots.
How much of that is opportunistic and how much is what you've got planned?
Well, I killed the fox.
Brilliant.
No, I did actually. But what actually happened was I came back from filming Merlin. I was knackered. I'd done like 3 days. I got back really late. And we have a German Shepherd at home, my mum does. And it had killed this fox, broke its back, so the thing was still alive. I promised never to tell this story, didn't I? You told me never to tell this story. Shit. Basically, the fox was dying, and its neck was broken, and I had to kill it. So I thought, what would the Coen brothers do? And they'd obviously take a sledgehammer to the fox's head, because that'd be the best way. Whoa. No, I'm serious, don't judge me.
Oh, poor fox.
Yeah, try stop. Anyway, the fox was dying, and I otherwise it would have been left out at like 12 o'clock at night. There was no way of saving it, and because it couldn't move anything, it was fucked. So I killed it, and he's still telling me to stop this story.
What's the day before you decided to put it in the film?
And I grew the spiders. Spiders were opportunistic, and the window was just dirty. Fox was just there. I made up that story of an actor. I was making up stuff, obviously.
Hey guys, I was just wondering, because you said you've drawn inspiration from Steinbeck, whether you have any favourite authors or favourite books at all?
My favourite book is Grapes of Wrath, or East of Eden. I think they're both beautiful. Yeah, Steinbeck's my favourite. I love Cormac McCarthy as well. I think Cormac McCarthy and Steinbeck are my 2 favourite writers, and then my favourite poet was Keats. So I like a bit of romanticism, and then that's kind of imparted in the film a bit. What's your favourite writer?
I don't really read novels at all, actually. I read a lot of scripts. I prefer reading scripts than books. I read factual books. I like a lot of war books. Yeah, I mean, I think I used to read books at school and stuff, but then I didn't really read books after that. It's just something I never really did. It's not because I don't particularly enjoy them or anything. I prefer reading scripts and watching films.
I gave Tom the script. There was loads of pictures in it. Like a picture script.
Time for 2 more questions if they're quick, unless ladies want to.
Hi, first you said you can't dance, but I think we've all seen the Harlem Shake video. I noticed there's a lot of psychological problems that the brothers have, stemming obviously from the abuse and the departure of their mother. So as you've already kind of answered your section, Tom, for Owen, when you were writing it, did you look into the psychology behind abuse and that kind of thing, or did you just go with gut instinctual feelings for what they would do?
Well, no, I did a degree in psychology in college, so there's certain aspects of you know, we spent a couple of months doing, like going back to Tom, with the psychological disorders. We found that there's not, from what I understood when I studied, that you know, you can have small aspects of autism, small aspects of schizophrenia, and this and that. And I found that more interesting, actually making it one big thing and making this now schizophrenia movie and stuff like that. And the same with the abuse. I didn't want to make it a big thing. It was almost a small section of it because I didn't want to make it about that. It wasn't about that. It was just that this is something. And also, you make up your own mind about what level it was. We didn't go into whether or not it was sexual abuse or how physical it was, because I think it could have. It was, for me, it was an awful lot of emotional abuse rather than anything else. And because she left, and because I always saw their father as being somebody who was just quite detached because their mother had left. And she couldn't handle the idea of having a child. And then I thought that was interesting to me. I mean, I'm not a mother, so I don't know. I thought if for a woman it must be quite difficult to have a child, and then suddenly a lot of your independence is taken away, and for a man that's not the case. And so I thought, well, if this mother had these children, didn't want to have them, and then she was moved down to Clare, and she was obviously English and didn't want to be there, then she would have felt very isolated and wouldn't have had would have been on her own, and she couldn't handle it. And that's why I thought the whole thing of the mother, that's where I justified it, and that's where it came from, because I thought, how would she feel? And if he's a very detached type of stoic character, so he would have been quite hard, based on maybe men in the 60s and 70s, it might have been quite physical, but I didn't see it as being a massive case of this is really abuse all the way through. Does that make sense? So it's only a small thing, and it's just how they both dealt with it. We now have to finish up. Okay, that was a really good question. So one more, go quick.
Hi.
Hello.
So, firstly, the film was great, and secondly, on Merlin, what was it like working with Colin as old Merlin as opposed to his normal sort of young Merlin?
I never watched the Colin as old Merlin.
Yeah, you did. See, I don't read books, but I've got a good memory. So, yeah, it was I couldn't stop laughing. It was the first time that I'd acted with old Merlin, and I found it really, really hard. He's done, he's up already.
To go, they're playing like Monsters Inc. or something, aren't they? I don't know, Smurfs or something.